Yeah. Good.
Hi, you?
I'm fine, fine. And you? How are
Fine as well. I'm excited to be back on the project.
you? Yeah, yeah. I'm very excited. So, as was discussed before, I think that we can create our first view component to display the data. What do you think?
Yep, I totally agree. Right now, what we left off with last stream, all we had was we just displayed the title of the data, as you can see on the screen there. It was
Yeah.
displaying the title with the account. But
Yeah.
there's some other data from the accounts that we could display, such as the current balance.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll get into that today when we create an official account component.
Yeah. Yeah. So, first of all, let me see what we what you have in the request of accounts, the properties that we are having the response. Okay. Uh, yeah. Or clients. Hello page. Access. Request response. Okay. We have a JSON here with uh, 80 balance, current type, rated at, updated at. All right. So, uh, for starting for the scratch, I think that right now we are working on return. Okay, we are on the app app page. Okay, so maybe the idea is create a table. So something like that. Table. Uh, and in this table we have uh, the heat, the body, the body. Yeah. PR, TH. And here we have account. Sorry. TH, balance. And you add something.
We could add the type, maybe.
Yeah, you can, but for the type we need to to send when the our backend we need to send the account type name to. But
Yeah,
yeah,
that would be a quick fix. I mean, in the account JSON, it wouldn't be too hard.
yeah. So maybe just starting with the fields that we have, and we can back for the backend and make the adjustment in the other string.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, that makes sense.
yeah. Okay, something like that. And okay, and here we can do something like that. For example, tr key for the to identify for each row. We can use count maybe close the table row, and in the first column we have now we can use that. Yeah, maybe we can do this. Count.
Yeah, I think you should be able to call it count that name, right?
Yeah, you can use in this way, right? Or you can do something like info that equals and pass account on with balance and something like that. You see?
Oh yeah. Yep, there's the balance.
Yeah. So this is the two ways that you can use. This is using interpolation. Here we're using the VU instruction too.
Yeah, yeah. I think I personally like the interpolation
Yeah.
a bit more.
Yeah. No. No worries,
Yeah,
man. No worries. It just I showed just the way that we can.
Yeah, there's always multiple solutions
Yeah.
in programming.
Mm-hmm. Totally right. And okay, formats. Okay, cool. One thing that I like to do in this display here, right? Uh, First of all, in here we can maybe have another two buttons here. Call it edit, and the other,
We need CRUD functionality.
yeah. But something that we can already put in the screen just to see how it would be, right? Okay. Don't worry about the style. Don't worry about the okay, but is the basis, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So thinking in terms of the project, we have I think that we have a lot of lists, right? And maybe we can use the same component to display what you want, right? And we can start creating our first VU API, a VU component, right? Sorry, and using these basics that we just write right now, okay? So I think that a good practice is create a new folder, call it components. Inside this folder, I will create a new folder, call it UI. Inside the UI, we can create a component, call it base table.foo. Right? This base table, we don't have any here, but we can copy this and template, paste everything here, right? Okay. For now,
Nice.
uh, we have here, instead using this, we using base table. Okay, and this we can delete it, and we can
Yeah, we'll need to move this JavaScript to that base table.view file, right?
yeah. So in this for this, no, I think this this loading accounts we can keep in this page right now.
Okay.
Okay, I think that we just import the component. Okay, so base table from components UI base table view, and here we send that we use base table. Oh, yeah,
Missing that. Yeah.
yeah. Okay, let me see what errors we have here. Okay, fail to resolve base table. Mm,
Looks like we just need basing.
I think that this is the problem. Uh, no, yeah. Okay, let me reload here and see the results. Failed this table because make sure exclude it from the component resolution via compiler options. Oh, right. Yeah,
Ah, there we go.
yeah. But
Oh,
as
it's
you,
not loading the accounts now.
yeah. So to solve this, we can create a property in the base table, right? Call it items, and equals accounts, right? So
Okay.
uh,
And then we'll pick up those items in the base table.view file, right?
not exactly. We use the property that we are receiving in the base table and use it to draw the the data. So
Right.
is to be more general, right? I think that we can use the properties and render what the component receives from the properties.
Well, that's what I meant. Yeah, I just mean that right now base table.view is expecting it to have an accounts variable.
Yeah,
But that's not the case, right?
yeah,
It's going to be iterated items.
exactly. So we are trying to create
Yeah.
a general component that we can pass
That makes sense.
the reference, right? Okay, so so now I go jump into the base table. Start the script. Right, and here we import to ref from view. and we start Spark default script. So, how to declare properties in Vue? It's like uh, props, and in the props we have a property called items, right? So it's the same property that we are sending to the component, right? So this
Yep.
this is the items, and items always be an array of the property of the items. So independent of
Nice.
the
Oh, I like how we declare the data type.
yeah,
It's very cool. I
very
like TypeScript.
yeah. And okay, we can set up, and in the setup we can receive the props and use it inside. So for now we have items that equals to ref properties and all the property that you are receiving items. So we are converting the properties that we are receiving into uh, JavaScript objects, right?
Gotcha. That's what the toRef does.
Mm-hmm.
So,
That's the idea. So, and now that we have the items, we can return these items. And here we can change for item in items, and we can use a little trick. Here.
Oh, we use a different syntax to get attributes, huh?
Yeah, that's a way that we can, because we don't know uh, right now. We know that okay, item have a proper name and a proper balance, right? But thinking in the okay, if it is the item is not a list of accounts, it's account types, for example. So the property that's changed, right?
Yeah.
So that's the way that we can get the property without using the dot operator. So
I see.
balance. And okay, we have the results,
Nice.
right? Okay. But thinking generally, uh, these titles here, or the titles of the list, will be changed, right?
True.
True. And so we can create a property, call it titles. Oh.
Maybe would headers make sense? Titles I think is better.
Yeah, titles or headers. What do you think? What do you? Okay, what do you want?
We'll do titles.
Yeah, okay.
And then, should it also be an array, right? Because it would be an array of.
Yeah, it can be
multiple
array,
strings.
but maybe we can, for example, for this property, just because it's small, for example, we can have something like that. Account, balance, and other titles, and use the comma as a separator for the title. What do you think?
We can do that. It seems like it would just be a little bit more complex because then if we use the split to split it on a comma, then what happens is it just creates an array and then we iterate over an array.
Yeah.
Right? So that's like one extra step that the code has to do
Yeah.
instead of just having it already give us
Yeah.
an array from the start.
Okay. No worries, man. No worries. But okay, so we can change here to an array. And we have titles, ref, props, titles. Okay? So, uh, one thing that we need to do in this operation here at that the end of the list of titles we are adding a new title just to create the column for the operation buttons, right?
Yep.
So we, to do that we can do this titles push and this one titles. Okay.
Oh, it looks like it should be NBSP, right? You have
Yeah, yeah.
NBPS there.
Sorry. Okay. Okay. Oh, as you can see, the component is not running because we don't sending titles on the for the component on the app component, right?
Yep.
So we can send titles equals um, how we can do that? Maybe this count that's
I guess we want to load the titles in the JavaScript in the script tag.
yeah.
And then we could just titles equals titles here.
Yeah, we can do something like that. Um, something like that. Const titles ref.
Yeah, and then we can grab it through the
Uh,
because when we call get accounts, that's also going to give us the names of our keys.
yeah,
Or do that, yeah. Keep it. It'll be hard coded for now.
yeah. And
But
here,
to make it more modular, we would want to read the keys of the object that we get.
yeah. But we can send titles and yeah. Okay. You have adjustment here. You can go here and this one we can use v4 equals can use title index in titles and key equal index and title. And what do we have here? Okay, titles push is not a function. Okay, because
Is it because we didn't set? Yeah. That's what it looks like.
value. Okay. So, whoa.
interesting. It took it as a raw string
Yeah,
instead of using it as HTML.
yeah, yeah. Because we are here, we use interpolation. That's why. So if we use
Yep, use the VHTML.
yeah,
And there it is. Oh, interesting. I see.
Correct.
So VHTML inserts it directly as HTML.
yeah. Okay, it's a good, but uh, the only thing that we have to adjust here is the way that we get the properties to display, right? Uh, I think that we can uh, maybe create a new property, call it fields, or something like that.
Fields.
Yeah. And yeah, it's a ratio. Const field to ref. Cool. And here I think that we have another property here, field key. Field key. Key equals so here we have fields and field key, right? Okay, let's go to the app here and we can maybe hardly code this graph.
I see. I see. So when we call this component, we need to tell it how to access the fields in the data.
Yeah,
But then the key is the primary key of the object that it's reading.
yeah, that's right. So the idea here, we have the property fields, the receiving fields, and field key equals field key. Okay. And here in the base table, we do something like can do something like that. Okay, key item
this would be.
field key.
Well, here we would need to iterate over. Yeah, we need to get that field key.
Yeah. And here we create a new iteration. So dd v4 equals
Yeah, field and fields, right?
yeah.
Oh, and you're gonna grab the index too.
Mm-hmm. Just to avoid this, and we can interpolate with item field. And at the end we have the same result, but now it's more dynamic. To get the idea.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's cool. Do
yeah.
you want to add like maybe a boolean to decide if we want to add edit and delete?
Sorry?
Should we add a boolean argument so that we can tell it whether or not we want to render
Sure.
the edit and delete buttons? Because some objects might not be deleted.
Yeah. Sure. So
Transaction.
yeah, we can use array or we can use two separate properties. What do you think?
Yeah, let's use an actions property, right? And then in that, so the property will be called actions, and
Yeah.
it'll be an array of like the buttons that we want, right? Because if we're looking at, oh, I can't draw on the screen, but on the website right now, where it says edit and delete, that's its own column for what you said for actions, right?
Yeah.
So in this case, the two actions that we want for our account is edit and delete. But in a different object, we could have a different set of actions, like
Only
favorite and cancel. You know what I mean?
yeah. So maybe we
can
have
list of what buttons we want to click.
yeah. So you tell me that maybe in some scenarios we have we can call it view, for example.
Yeah, like details.
Yeah.
There might be a favorite option. Yeah, it could change for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. We can use this in one property or one array of booleans, but we need to know what the index of this of to show. Maybe yeah. Maybe something that, but I I do like try something here. For example, uh, if you don't have items to display, right? Uh, for example, like here. Um, uh, that's, for example, okay, I change the address, and okay, we don't have the data to display, right? It's strange.
Yeah, we should show them.
It's strange. Show the table without anything, only the headers. Maybe we can create something, for example, conditional rendering. If for example, items and items font length
Is greater than 0.
equals 0. So
Okay, yeah.
so in this case, we have just one TD called span equals titles of length to display.
Nice. And there it says no data to display.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a good catch.
yeah. So if you inspect, we have the table head. We have 1, 2, 3, and okay, we don't need that. Yeah, that's it. Call span 3 is the same number of the columns that we have. Cool. Yeah. It's
Looks pretty good.
Yeah.
The list component, you can give it any objects with any titles.
yeah.
I think the last thing was to add another property for actions.
Yeah. We can
Array.
you can use array for the actions. Okay, so actions, it's array, and maybe we can use these actions as optional.
Yep, totally. It's
Yeah.
not always going to be there.
Yeah, so for this we say something like okay, for this we okay, the property name is actions, the type, whoops, it's array, required false, and default value is empty.
Yeah, the default would be an empty.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Okay. So const actions ref props actions. So with this we can create something like that. For example, if actions complain actions and actions of length not equals 0. We can add the column.
Have
Right.
you ever used the question mark operator in JavaScript?
Sorry?
Instead of actions and actions dot length, we could just say actions question mark dot length. They call it the safe navigation operator. It does the same thing as actions and.
Yeah,
I was just wondering if you've used that before. It's a little bit shorter of a syntax.
yeah, it's a shortcut. No worries about it. Okay, can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just another trick of the book.
Yeah.
There's lots of them.
Okay. how we can do this array thinking. Uh,
We could do it similar to what we did for the titles for now. We could hard code it
yeah, but I
since we're going to show it.
yeah I think it's something. For example, we sent an array of two options. For example, edit and delete, right?
Yep. Yeah, that's just what I was thinking.
Yeah, but in the but in the future we need to send other properties that have, for example, the URL for edit, the URL for delete. Yeah, but no.
We could have it. We could create a listener for the buttons that builds the URL when they click on it.
Yeah, we
Because
can.
have to.
Yeah, we can create. We can create in the future maybe here we can in this component we have maybe we can emit an event, right, from this component, and the component that use the base table implements the method that the base table emit, right? For example, okay, you click the button emits an event. For example, delete event, edit event,
Exactly,
view
yeah.
event, right?
In that method, it will build the URL.
Huh?
And that method that you write, it'll be able to tell like, oh, it's an edit, so that means we're going to go to
Yeah.
slash
Yeah.
account
Yeah.
slash edit. And we don't even have those edit or delete endpoints on our backend yet, so we'll want to build those first.
Yeah. So, but basically the idea, okay, we can trigger event inside the component, for example, inside the base table, and implement this event here in the app component or the page that component that using the base.
I think that's right. Yeah, I think I like that idea.
Yeah. So we can create.
Yeah, for now, it can be hard coded.
Yeah, just to propose edit add and delete. We can send actions, and here we have cool. I think that need to adjust. And here
We just need another v for loop here.
yeah.
Oh, wait, wouldn't this create one button with all the? Oh no.
No. One for each
Yeah,
action.
I was mistaken. I thought it would create one button with text inside of it, but
Yeah.
I see.
That's it.
Great.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Okay. So we have our first component right now.
Yeah,
And
that's great. It's a nice simple table list. It'll be really easy to style in the future. I like that we're starting by building a strong HTML structure and then adding CSS later.
yeah.
It'll make it easier for us in the future. for
Yeah.
sure, I think.
Yeah. I think in the same way. So created the basics that working. Okay, yeah, we decide something that we can think in the future.
That's right. And it's more accessible this way too. We can iron out any problems with like tab indexes here in the HTML. For people that might be blind using the website, having a good table structure like this is a lot better for screen readers.
Yeah,
That's what I'm getting at.
that's right. So one thing that we can delete it. That's
Oh yeah, that maybe if we add a nav bar in the future, that's what
yeah. I think
that's
that
what
yeah. I think that the next streaming we can start creating the layout and with this and router, using the router to appoint to /account types and something like that.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that would make sense.
yeah,
Also, we'll want to think about getting rid of this hard-coded stuff. Here, how we're generating the titles and the fields and the actions. We'll need um, we'll need to think of a better way to generate those, right?
yeah, yeah. But at the first moment, for
Yeah, and
the
that could be done next.
yeah, yeah. But at the first moment, it works. And two, we are starting creating the layout, the basic layout, and the basic functionality. It works this way. But of course, it works for the one table. If you are thinking that we have a lot of tables, a lot of ways to display, so we have to think in how about get the titles, how about get the fields, and of course we have to think in format the data inside the table because right now the
Yep,
bands,
that's right.
yeah. So some things that we need to think in the future. But today, for our first component, it's okay, and that's
Yep, I agree.
yeah. Maybe we can create uh, for display purposes. We can create uh, full test for this component to see like we have the R spec. Maybe we can create the basic table, uh, something like that. What do you think?
Yeah, yeah, that's really, really good idea. And I almost wonder if we made a mistake and maybe we should have written that test first. Is that is
Yeah,
that a thing you can do? We probably yeah. We wanted to write the test first and then do the build the component.
yeah, but
Right now we're still
yeah,
um, yeah. In the future, let's write that test for this component, and then when we start writing more components, we will try to remember to write the test first.
yeah. But today, it's that's it. I create a branch, Brandon, and we can review it. And in this branch, I will add the test or the base table component, and in maybe in
Perfect.
the next meet, we can show the test results, and starting from then. So start creating our basic layout and something like that.
Yeah, and using the router and stuff.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, that sounds like a plan.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's up, guys. Thanks for watching. Please reminder, subscribe, thumbs up, and see you next week.
Yeah, thanks everybody for watching. See you next week, George.
See ya,
Have a good
Brandon.
week.
Have a good week, and see you in Sunday.